Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today I thought I would go ahead and show you a whole day of shipping. I shipped a ton of stuff yesterday, so this is footage from yesterday. It was the weekend sales. It amounted to about $1,400 worth of sales. So I thought I'd go ahead and walk you through my shipping process. I just wanted to show you guys what I think and what I have found to be, at least for me, a pretty fast way of getting my eBay shipping done. But first, if you don't know me, my name is Ashley and I am a mom of 2 little boys, and I also run an eBay and Amazon business on the side from home. And it's just a great way for me to bring in some income on the side while I am with my boys most of the day. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. Here is shipping on eBay. All right, you guys, here I am with all of my shipping. I did pull it from all of my bins. And just to explain my bins really quick, I have them labeled by bin number, not in any particular order other than A, B, and C. And anything that I list, I put in my bins, and I only label the item SKU as the bin number. And the reason I do this is because I used to individually label each and every single item within the bins, and it just took forever, and it was not as efficient as just putting it in the bin and labeling it as, for example, B11. So all I do if someone buys something and I see the SKU is B11, I look in that bin for that item, and it is literally, for me, just as fast as when I used to pre-label everything. So again, this is my way. This doesn't have to be your way. But what I do is I pull out all of my shipping, and my first step is to bag it and then put my business card in there. And then, as well as bagging it, I have a little sticker of labels that I've printed off just from my Dymo application on my computer. And on that label it says, it just explains my return policy. And this just helps save me time and effort when it comes to someone wanting to return something. And I just explain, I offer free returns, and I do explain how item not as described defects work. And the reason I do that is because I want people to know, especially my buyers, to know that I don't mind giving a free return if something doesn't fit right. I just try to avoid the item not as described defects as best I can. Anyway, I do that, I bag it, I put it in the package that I know it needs to be shipped in, and then I write down the weight and just a descriptor of the item. It could be the brand, it can be the style, etc. If something weighs over a pound, I put it in the padded flat rate envelope. That's the envelope with the 2 red stripes on it. And that will be $7.33 shipping. If something is under a pound, I put it in one of my poly mailers. I actually got these from a neighbor for free. I got thousands of them, so I have a lot of free shipping supplies. And I put down the weight in ounces of that item. And then once everything is weighed, labeled, and packaged, it goes into that little laundry basket there, and then I'll pull it over to my computer. And all of this makes it just super easy to label and ship my items. So I move over to my desk, I pull out my big IKEA bag, which fits all my shipping mostly, and I just start pulling my packages out of the laundry basket next to me, seeing the descriptor, the ounces, and then all I have to do is go into the eBay application and print off the label, which I'll show you guys in a second, just an example of how to do that in case you're very unfamiliar. This is what I'm doing while I'm on the computer in that last screen. I am at the eBay shipping label page, and this just happens when you click print shipping label in your orders tab. So here I am. I am weighing something that is less than 1 pound, so I'm going to put in the ounces. It's 6 ounces. I update the page, and now I'm able to select first class shipping or priority mail, but first class is cheaper and it ships the same time as priority mail anyway. So while that is thinking, you guys can see that this is the time that I put in my items in like the spreadsheet that I've talked about. So while it's just kind of the spinny wheel, I put the item in the spreadsheet as fast as I can, and then I print off the label, I click ship my next item, and it'll take me to my page. And this item in particular is over a pound, and it does not fit in a padded flat rate. So that's when you have to put in the full weight and the full dimensions of the box or envelope. And there you have it. That's just a quick walkthrough of a couple of packages. I do have a shipping walkthrough YouTube video. I will link it here. It's just a full walkthrough of everything I do for all kinds of shipping scenarios. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to keep it extremely short and to the point. And it's really that simple. I can go through every single package really quickly, and all of this shipping took me under 45 minutes, and I had 26 packages to ship for a value of $1,400 in sales. So really not too bad.
Now that doesn't include pulling shipping, which you could tack on an extra 15 minutes, so that means I was able to ship all of my weekend sales in about an hour, which I think is pretty fast and pretty normal. And as long as you're organized, it's really not too bad. An hour on Monday mornings is the most I ever do. Normally during the week, I'm only shipping maybe 5 to 8 items, sometimes less, and it doesn't take me nearly as long. So it's just part of the grind of doing eBay is doing your shipping, but it really doesn't have to be too crazy. And I should add here that while I am shipping, I am adding everything to my spreadsheet. So in my spreadsheet, I have a section where I put what the item is, like a title of it, the date that it sold, how much it sold for, the shipping cost, and then I have columns that automatically calculate what my PayPal fees are, what eBay's fees are, roughly 10%. For those of you curious, PayPal fees are about 3%. And then from there, I know my profit every day, every month, every year. I can tabulate it much easier. So it's really simple to do that while I am doing my shipping, because it takes a second for the shipping label to load on eBay when it's kind of going to the next page of the shipping label printing page. It takes a second. So while that's loading, I just tap over to my spreadsheet, fill in the columns that I need to fill in, and then I am done. So it's really not that complicated to do that while you're doing shipping. And plus, knowing my numbers is extremely important to me. So, because without knowing your numbers, you really don't know if this is profitable for you, if it's worth your time. So I really like calculating and crunching my numbers, and it's way easier to do this way, just daily putting in your numbers, putting in what everything costs, as opposed to waiting until the end of the year or waiting until tax time and doing it then. You'll just want to go crazy, I promise. It's not worth it. So just as an overview of shipping again, if it is larger than a pound or over a pound, I put it in a padded flat rate. If it's under a pound, I put it in a poly mailer and definitely mark the ounces on it. And if it's bigger than that, I either try to put it in a free Priority Mail Tyvek bag. Those are like kind of the silky feeling ones, or in a box, and I will just go from there. So I would say the vast majority of my items are mostly first class mail in poly mailers or padded flat rate.
Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in as always. I really appreciate you all. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you want more reselling content from my perspective as a part-time seller. I do this part-time and I earn a full-time income and I absolutely love what I do. So that's it for today, you guys. Thank you so much again, and I will catch you next time.
Alright you guys, you might have noticed in my shipping video here that I was wearing AirPods as I was doing my shipping. And the reason is because I was listening to an Audible audiobook. I listen to audiobooks all the time. I listen while I go running, I would listen while I do my shipping, while I do my work, photographing. I absolutely love it because right now in my life, I just don't have a ton of time to sit and read, and I love books. So this is kind of the perfect balance for me. I get to listen to my favorite titles while I'm working and multitask, which is super important to me. Currently on my Audible audiobook list is The Giver of Stars by Jojo Moyes. I have not read this yet, I've not listened to it yet, so I'm really excited to. It's in my queue. Currently I am listening to Christmas Shopaholic. I know it's not the most cerebral book in the world, but sometimes it's just fun to listen to something kind of fluffy and silly and Christmas themed, so that's what I'm doing. Guilty as charged. But yeah, I absolutely love listening to Audible books. I listen to them, like I said, all the time. You can get a free Audible audiobook download of your choice if you sign up with my link down below. It's in the description. And this trial is totally risk-free for you. You sign up, you get a month free, and you get a free audiobook download. Even if you cancel before your 30 days are up, you can still keep your audiobook forever. So definitely an awesome way to get a free audiobook of your choice. But if you choose to have the subscription, I personally have found it extremely worth it. I download a book every single month, and it honestly is one of the highlights of my month when I get to download my next audiobook. So, highly recommended for you guys. Link is down below. And a huge thanks to Audible for helping keep my little YouTube channel afloat. Sponsorships like this really do help me keep my channel alive. So thanks to Audible and thanks to all of you.